Hundreds of billions of planets are swept into the vast whirlpool, the Milky Way, including our own Earth. A lonely plantation stood isolated on a winding branch of that river. Humans have begun to peer through the void of space, and recently, scientists have even discovered this planet is nearly the size of Earth and has the potential to support life. The planet LHS 1140b was discovered using a system of 8 automated telescopes from the MET project. The planet LHS 1140b, discovered by Harvard University at the Cerro Tololo Observatory, is 1.4 times the size of Earth. And with a mass 7 times that of Earth, this planet orbits the red dwarf star LHS 1140. It is located 39 light-years from the solar system. This star has 60% less mass than the Sun and a lower temperature. Therefore, even though LHS 1140b is close to this star, this star is more than 10 times farther from Earth than the distance between Earth and the Sun, yet it receives only half the amount of light that Earth does. The planet LHS 1140b is located in the habitable zone, meaning it has the necessary conditions for extraterrestrial life to exist and thrive. In a 2013 study, scientists discovered that the planet orbiting the red dwarf star has a surface temperature suitable for liquid water to exist. If the amount of light received is only 0.2 to 0.8 times the light that Earth receives from the Sun. LHS 1140b is even considered to have a higher potential for hosting life than Proxima b and 7 other planets near Earth. According to scientists, the planet LHS 1140b may have formed in a similar way to Earth. They believe that the host star around which LHS 1140b orbits is compact in size. At the same time, its close proximity to Earth also makes it easier for telescopes to detect characteristic gases in its atmosphere. Could exist on this 5-billion-year-old planet. Before the discovery of super-Earths, our planet was once considered the largest rocky planet. The next largest planets in the solar system with atmospheres are Uranus and Neptune. Both are icy, frigid worlds. It's hard to hope for a better target than LHS 1140b in the pursuit of one of science's greatest quests. Meaning searching for evidence of life beyond Earth. For life to exist on a planet, the necessary conditions are the presence of liquid water on the surface along with a suitable atmosphere. When red dwarf stars are young, they often emit intense radiation that can strip away the atmospheres of orbiting planets. In this case, a super-Earth like LHS 1140b could possess a magma ocean that persists on its surface for millions of years. This seething ocean of lava could evaporate into the atmosphere after the star disrupts its flow. As a result, water can form on the planet. Recently, NASA announced exciting news, opening up a major opportunity to help us better understand the formation of Earth and neighboring planets. Scientists have just discovered a planetary system with a unique structure similar to our solar system, located only 10.5 light-years from Earth. According to NASA, this planetary system orbits the star named Epsilon Eridani, also known as Erie, located in the constellation Eridanus. The phone can be observed with the naked eye. Scientists have concluded that the planetary system around the star Erie shares many similarities with our own solar system. This is considered a younger version of the solar system, with an age of less than 1 billion years. Erie's lifespan is only 1/5 that of the Sun. Scientists say the planetary system orbiting this star is undergoing intense geological transformation. Just as happened with the solar system in its early formation stages, this star also created favorable conditions for life. From the data collected by the Hung-Wai Observatory located in the stratosphere of Sophia, installed on the aircraft and capable of capturing detailed images of distant stars, scientists discovered that Erie is surrounded by 2 structures, an inner disk and an outer disk, with a gap identical to those created by planets. To unravel the mysteries hidden in the space between the 2 disk structures, scientists are placing high hopes on new observations from the Transcribed Space Telescope. Additionally, the world's leading astronomers have unanimously called for focused observations of the star Tabby. Perhaps this energy has long been exploited by aliens. After the star located 1,300 light-years from Earth began to dim, its brightness has shown unusual fluctuations recently. This strange phenomenon was first recorded in 2015. When the star designated KIC 8,462,852 in the Cygnus constellation was found to exhibit unusual brightness fluctuations never before recorded. It seems like something blocked the light, preventing Tabby from opening. This phenomenon has never been detected in any of the 150,000 stars observed by NASA's Kepler Space Telescope. According to some experts, extraterrestrial civilizations may have constructed massive megastructures. That is called a Dyson sphere, a structure enveloping the star Tabby like a power plant harvesting energy from this particular star. From then on, the blocked light made its glow distinct, unlike anything else. According to The Atlantic, Tabby's brightness has decreased by about 22% recently. Tabby, I call upon all astronomical observatories to focus on this star to gather new data during its latest dimming cycle. The strange phenomenon of this star, considered the greatest mystery of the universe, also presents a rare opportunity for scientists to study and measure the light it emits. To unravel the mystery behind the dimming phenomenon. According to Professor Zaza Osmanov from Tbilisi University, if the true cause is an alien megastructure, discovering it isn't too difficult, as long as the experts focus in the right direction. He suggested that astronomers should focus their research on the 64 hidden stars located near our planet. It is considered the best place to conceal an alien megastructure. According to a study published in the ASIP journal, Professor Osmanov suggests that this extraterrestrial megastructure resembles a thin disk in shape. Instead of having a spherical shell as previously hypothesized, he believes that if this theory is correct, a Dyson sphere could very well exist within the habitable zone around that star. Just an infrared telescope is enough to observe. Professor Osmanov warned that the extraterrestrial civilization inhabiting the Tab B energy harvesting megastructure may possess enough power to destroy humanity. To this day, the existence of aliens remains an unsolved mystery. There is a large community of UFO enthusiasts around the world who actively search for signs of extraterrestrial life. Some NASA astronauts who have flown into space, such as Edgar Mitchell or Gordon Cooper, have claimed that aliens truly exist and have made contact with humans. The extremely fast and incredibly rare bursts of radio waves in the universe are called fast radio bursts, FRB. In 2007, when first discovered, this phenomenon left many wondering, could it be aliens trying to contact Earth? The 20-second fast radio burst, FRB, event, named FRB 150215, was detected in 2015 by scientists at the Netherlands Institute for Radio Astronomy. It is considered one of the strangest and most mysterious signals ever observed, leaving researchers baffled in their search for answers. To trace the origin of FRB 150215, scientists tirelessly used telescopes and specialized equipment to search for clues and its possible connections. But all efforts proved futile. For other FRB signals, researchers could use telescopes to pinpoint their origin. However, for FRB 150215, it left no trace whatsoever, not even the slightest one. Theoretically, this is even more perplexing. FRB 150215 should have been virtually undetectable from Earth given the spatial direction from which the signal originated. To reach Earth, it had to pass through an extremely dense region of the Milky Way. The Milky Way's magnetic field should have deflected the light emitted from radio wave sources, yet the observed results were completely the opposite. These unique traits led some scientists to hypothesize FRB 150215 could potentially be an extremely powerful signal from extraterrestrials attempting to communicate with humanity on Earth. FRBs are brief and random bursts of radio waves, making them not only difficult to detect but also challenging to study. The mystery stems from scientists' inability to explain the origin of these brief yet extremely clear radio signals. This leads to several hypotheses, such as they might be emitted after stars collide, or they could be messages sent by aliens to Earth. So far, scientists have detected 45 fast radio bursts, FRBs, but they believe the actual number could be as high as 2,000 FRBs occurring in the universe every day. Since 2018, the METRI organization, Messaging Extraterrestrial Radio Intelligence, has been transmitting signals into space in search of extraterrestrial life. Instead of passively waiting for aliens to make first contact, this plan has sparked mixed opinions, with many arguing that it's a recipe for trouble. The renowned British scientist Stephen Hawking once remarked that if intelligent extraterrestrial life exists, humanity's attempts to contact them would be an extremely risky endeavor. This physicist believes that if aliens were to discover Earth, they would likely want to invade our planet. The solar system has existed for over 4 billion years. If life ever existed in our galaxy, it most likely has evolved to an extremely sophisticated level, far beyond human comprehension. This civilization may have also discovered the necessary technologies to travel to other star systems. So, what are scientists doing to uncover the clues left behind by this civilization? The most feasible way to confirm the existence of aliens is to search for signs of life beyond Earth. To this day, this remains the most widely used method in astronomy, aimed at studying distant planets and star systems. In a vast universe full of possibilities, humans today can search for the chemical compounds that make up life in various atmospheres, analyze geological structures, or emit radio and optical wavelengths as a form of interstellar communication. When the search for extraterrestrial life faces many challenges, scientists have proposed a new approach, using telescopes to detect the remnants of alien civilizations. The hypothesis suggests that many civilizations may have existed and then vanished throughout our vast universe. If every civilization leaves traces before its decline, then that is the evidence that allows us to believe in their existence. To date, scientists have explored everything on the surfaces of planets, from spacecraft and abandoned bases to even suits of armor. They believe that if such a civilization truly existed, all these efforts would be justly rewarded. Perhaps aliens just passed through our solar system by rocket and vanished without leaving any trace. Even so, in this very situation, they would surely leave behind some clear traces. For example, no matter how advanced a spacecraft is, it must still adhere to Newton's law of conservation and expel some form of exhaust into space. Even when traveling among the stars, we can still interact with the past, not merely observe it passively in the present. For example, if they had flown past Mercury thousands of years ago, we could still observe that reflected image through modern telescopes today. Scientists and astronomers tirelessly and persistently search for extraterrestrial life using diverse methods. However, to date, there has been no convincing scientific evidence to refute or confirm this. According to scientists, one of the main reasons this is difficult is due to the low oxygen levels in the planet's atmospheres. For life and technology to thrive, planets must be enveloped in an oxygen-rich atmosphere. However, this oxygen is not used for respiration as many mistakenly believe, but rather to sustain the flame. A recent study by Adam Frank, a professor of physics and astronomy at the University of Rochester, reveals that a planet's atmosphere must contain at least 18% oxygen to support the development of a technological civilization. Professor Frank stated that it is entirely possible to have biological life, even intelligent organisms, in a world without oxygen. But without a readily available source of fire, humans would not have been able to develop more advanced technologies, as high-tech advancements require fuel and smelting processes. Professor Frank suggests that an 18% oxygen level is a barrier, potentially preventing the development of intelligent life and advanced technologies detectable through radio signals. Bottleneck. The bottleneck is related to the development of intelligence in tool use, or it determines whether an extraterrestrial civilization can avoid the risk of self-destruction. Together, they form a great filter, a concept proposed by economists and futurists to describe a series of barriers to the development of extraterrestrial life, and also to explain why the search for life is so incredibly difficult. According to Associate Professor of Astronomy Amedeo Bambi from Roma Tor Vergata University, exoplanets with oxygen concentrations below 18% will not be sufficient to sustain outdoor material combustion over an extended period. This measure will reduce metallurgical activities and fossil fuel combustion, though it may have negative environmental impacts. However, they are essential elements for sustaining any popular industry. Humans should prioritize exploring planets with abundant oxygen, as the presence of high oxygen concentrations in an exoplanet's atmosphere is a crucial factor. This could be an important clue in the search for extraterrestrial civilizations. On Earth, our atmosphere contains about 21% oxygen, an abundant amount sufficient to sustain life. However, in its early formation stage, Earth's atmosphere consisted mainly of nitrogen and carbon dioxide. About 2.4 billion years ago, Earth's atmosphere began experiencing a dramatic rise in molecular oxygen. This increase may be due to cyanobacteria evolving, releasing oxygen as a byproduct. However, the increased oxygen levels also simultaneously harmed the anaerobic organisms that existed during that period. Because oxygen reduces the levels of hydrogen sulfide and methane, substances essential for their survival. Therefore, the emergence of excess oxygen in Earth's atmosphere is often called the oxygen catastrophe, as it led to the extinction of countless microorganisms.